Hello, welcome to Silver Wheel Tarot. My name is April. Today I want to jump on here and do a reading for you all. I am going to be using the Celtic Cross as well as the Tarot of a Moon Garden. I'm just looking at the cover of the book here. It's a gorgeous new deck that I have. I'll show you the backs of the cards. They're gorgeous. For a theme today, we are going to be looking at persevering through challenging times and obstacles. Obstinate energy. So for a significator, I have selected the Five of Pentacles, because often getting through challenging times is about perception, and the Five of Pentacles to me is all about perception. It's a temporary situation. Sometimes temporary situations can last a day, a week, a month, a year. But I'm kind of working on a 3-month period here. So December, January, February. It feels to me, as I've been doing meditating and things like that, that there is a lot of people having a really hard time right now. And it's really during these holiday seasons. It's a time of transition and change for many. For many people, finances are a challenge. So this could be any area of life for you. Whatever area is a challenge for you. Even if you're going through one of those moments in life that is like every time you turn around, you snag your shirt or you stub your toe or you drop the spoon you were using to stir the marinara sauce, or, you know, sometimes it might just be that. A lot of little irritating things. You go to record something and the lighting's not right. I've been having that issue lately. So, you know, it's a lot of little things. And for some people, it's a lot of big things. But it is that obstinate energy that you just have to persevere through. It's not something that anybody's doing to you. It's not anything that somebody has done wrong. It is simply this energy in the time. And I'm going to keep moving my camera because that light really, let me see if I can move this forward. Every time I go to record lately. There we go. Let's just move it a little closer to me. See if I can get through this reading for you guys. But yeah, it's that energy that's present, and I want to get some guidance on it. You know, not just for me, for everybody. This is a reading for the collective, but I'm sure that those who are in the same, you know, collective group that will be coming across this video are experiencing that energy that is present right now. And everything that I can see leans towards, it just feels like it's going to be around for a few months. And so I want to get some guidance for everyone on how to persevere through it. So let's see here. I have a Celtic Cross, some notes here. I'm going to just take my time with this video. So if that's not for you, that's fine. Let's go ahead and see here. Yeah. So I recently did a lot of deep studies on the Celtic Cross. And so I'm using a specific version of it right now. And so I'm just looking the order in the different Celtic Cross variations, lay the cards down in a different order. So just making sure I got this right for the spread I'm using. Okay. I always like to look at the bottom of the deck. Definitely not something you have to do, but I like to do that. Okay, so for our current influence right now with this energy. Ace of Staves. We have a new beginning here. Staves are about your personal power, your energy. It's very fiery. And I see a lot of hopes and dreams in this image. We have a castle in the background. We have a unicorn wrapping around the tree, looking at some mushrooms, which usually represent growth, bursting out through the ground. Yet it looks like we have a wintry ground, but there is green foliage popping out through it. And even though the tree is barren, there's a couple leaves on it. So this is in the midst of winter, something new is coming to life. But as with all things in winter, or not all things, but a lot of things in winter can be harsh and cold and challenging, frustrating. So where I'm at currently, it really is actually winter, even though it's super bright and sunny outside and I'm having lighting issues. But it is that energy, that winter energy. So whether you're just going through a winter season or you are just really going through an actual winter that is being challenging for you, that's the energy we have present. Okay, and what's crossing that energy? We have the King of Cups here, and I'm just taking a moment to look at these cards. It's a brand new deck for me. So in this particular spread I'm using, this card represents you, your energy, this crossing the current energy, right? It's the conflict that comes from the combined energy of what the current energy is and what your energy is. And we have the King of Cups here. You are trying to rule your kingdom, manage your household, be the boss at your job, is something like that, where you are taking on responsibility, but with heart. You are trying to rule with care, and I say that because we have a full moon in the background, shedding light on the fact that there are so many plants down here that are being cared over. We have what looks maybe like a ship or flags in the background and a single star. You are focusing on your hopes and dreams at this time, the star in the card. You are nurturing it, you are caring for it, you are doing the work that is required. But the conflict that comes up and the challenge is that in the midst of doing this, you're in a winter season. Okay, so most people are familiar with planting seeds in the springtime, growing a garden, but there are plants that can be planted at different times of the year. Some things can be planted in fall. And in this case, what we have is your seeds for what you have planted is something that has been germinating for quite some time, something that you've been working on, and it is only just now starting to burst through the ground. But as it does that, it's winter. So it's a challenging new start for you because of the environment that you are in. This is going to give you extreme amounts of strength and durability. You will be able to endure so many things that come your way because of the conditions around you in this new beginning. So while it is challenging, it's actually going to benefit you in the long run. So it's kind of a message here, before I even bust into the whole spread, that there is this message of hope and encouragement that everything will be worth it. The challenges that you have to overcome and persevere through, it is going to be worth it. You are putting your heart and soul into your hopes and your dreams here. With the moon shedding a light here, you're doing it in the darkness per se, this is a moon, right? Because this is nighttime with a star. So you're doing this maybe in the shadows or without much help from others. You are maybe going inward. Could be an inward thing for you, or it can just be something that you yourself are taking on the full responsibility, right? You're a king here in this energy. But with the cup, the heart, and the nurturing and the caring for these plants that are coming up in the middle of a winter time. So whatever you're going through this essentially alone. I like to say we're never alone, because there is always, depending on you know, your views, there is help and assistance out there for you. But essentially, you're the king in this energy, and you are taking on the responsibility, and it is a new beginning for you, and it's a lot of work which you care for and you are enjoying. It's something you care for deeply. It's your hopes and your dreams, but it's taking a long time for it to grow. Like I said before, it took a long time to germinate, and it is just now coming through the ground, fresh, new plants, but it's in the middle of winter. So it's hard, it's challenging. That's the obstacle that we have here. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the future position of your energy. Okay, your future goal, something that hasn't been realized yet, and there's that light. Just keep inching that forward. Let's see if I can get through this reading before I lose all space here. Three of Pentacles. You are looking for a sense of stability. Okay. And you're looking for that springtime to show up. It is night outside in this picture still, like the king, but the moon is in a different phase, so it's a different season. It's still the one star. You're still focused on your hopes and dreams, but with the three pentacles here in your garden outside, there's now a butterfly out there, okay? And so while it's still nighttime and you're still working on it, your springtime has come. It's like spring before the dawn, right? Right before the light is going to shine. And that could even be a moth, actually, because it's at nighttime. But the future position I'm seeing is this cusp between winter and spring, right? That's what the night is symbolizing here. And the butterfly at nighttime, that's either a moth or it's this representing that the sun is just about to rise, and you have this rise essentially on springtime. Okay, so that is the future position. So we are looking at about a 3-month time frame. Now this can apply to any time when you get the reading, but at the time that I'm doing this reading, it is the beginning of December, and I intuited at the beginning of the reading that this is like a challenge that is going to be a little while. It's 3 months about, so you know, December, January, February. So then we're looking at, you know, right before spring comes in. When exactly does spring start? I have a calendar right here. Let me see. Oh, that's this year's calendar. I don't know if I have. Bear with me one moment. I don't remember the exact day of spring. I think I have it written down in this little book here. Middle of March is when spring actually starts. Okay. So this is right before spring. It's light. There we go. Right before spring. That's why it's the dark outside. Okay. Like it's winter and we still have moths out right now. So, but I think that the butterfly is kind of an indicator that this is spring is coming. It's what tells me spring, right? With the plants outside and there's no snow and it's still nighttime. It's a changing of a season. So this period is going to last about 3 months. It's like a tower moment. A lot of people have been going through a tower moment, but it is a 5 of Pentacles energy, not so much tower, which is temporary. Tower is a bigger life event, right? Whereas this being a Five of Pentacles just tells me that these challenges, these frustrations, these obstacles are not anything that are going to be detrimental to you. You are going to be able to persevere through them. It's temporary. That is going to help you get through if you remember that this energy is temporary. You've just got to get through it. And again, it's a season of challenges, and it will pass. And it's not anything that is like being done to you. It's something that everybody experiences. Everyone in the collective that is like watching this video, anyone drawn to this video, it's that energy you're experiencing. You're not alone in it. There are a lot of others experiencing it as well. But the hope comes with spring. And so beginning of March. So spring starts in the middle of March, and we have nighttime, which, like I said, was that cusp in between winter and spring. So we're looking at things starting to lighten up and have a little bit more of a balance and a stability and a positive look forward. Things will start easing up in the beginning of March, or in the beginning of 3 months from now, or whenever you're watching the video. Okay, let's look at the past experiences. Which is basically your foundation. Two of Cups. Oh. I'm getting a timeline here, a very clear one, okay? So in the present, there's a full moon with the King of Cups. In the future, 3 months from now, we have the Three of Pentacles, and it's still dark outside, and you have the moon, okay, with that single star, which is your hopes and your dreams and the things you're working towards, whatever area of life that's in. And then you have, in the past position, it was the moon phase before the full moon. The moon, I don't know if you can see it, but the moons are facing, well, they're facing the same direction, but it's still a partial moon phase. And so what I got when I saw this, and these are two full, beautiful butterflies, and there are flowers in the background blooming there. This is something you've been working on for a long time. So 3 to 6 months back from now, I would probably say 3 months, because we're working with phases here, like the phases of the moon. Okay, so if you have a half moon, or a crescent moon, and then a full moon, another crescent moon, right? So before this, even the far, far past, would have been the dark moon, brand new beginning. So then about 3 months ago, you figured out what your hopes and dreams were, what your calling is, what your passion is. And you may have known before the 3 months back, like the far past, but this is when you made the commitment truly to say, oh, this is the direction I'm going in. Like maybe 6 months back, you were like, okay, I'm going to do this. This is my thing. I don't know exactly which way I'm going, but I'm going to do it. By 3 months past, you made that commitment to yourself, to your dreams, to your goals, whatever area of life that was in. That's the past position, and it's beautiful. But now, because of the timing of when that seed needed to be planted, it is finally sprouting in winter. And it's a challenge. And not only is it a winter, but it's a tough winter. But you have what you need to persevere through it. And I'm really getting a big message here that is the goal, is for you to remember that this is temporary, that you have the wisdom, the skills, the resources, everything you need to make it through this time. All right, let's look at the external influences of the past. Queen of Cups. Yes, that goes right into it. This beautiful queen energy. The mushrooms are already burst through the grounds. This is your your self-created environment of your hopes and dreams, this is your visions of the future. This is in the past, the environment that you created for yourself of maybe meditating and going inward, or just sitting with yourself or in nature and really envisioning, this is the future I want, right? This is your vision. And so now you're receiving that wisdom and that heart space that you're in, but now you're currently in the King of Cups position, because now you're actively doing it, you're working it, you're nurturing it, you're having to take care of it in the dead of winter. And it's challenging, but the past influence is your vision for the future. Okay, the future influence 3 months from now, I love it. 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so you in 3 months, that cusp of finally having spring come in, things easing up, and the future of your environment is the 6 of Pentacles, which is perfect because you are currently in, we're doing this reading for the 5 of Pentacles energy. So yes, and again, this, oh, I love it. So this Pentacles again has a moon, but it's a full moon again. Okay, so you've come around, and there's that single star again, the hopes, the dreams, but now you are in this spring energy, this give and take with everything. You have persevered through the hard season, and so your environment around you is going to start blessing you. Okay, you gave during the hard time, this hard time, okay? And then when spring comes around, you're going to start receiving. Okay, so you've just got to stick with it. Don't give up. Don't give up. Okay. Just remember that energy is temporary right now. The challenges, and you have everything you need. And I'm sorry, I keep inching this camera forward. I'm going to move it pretty far forward. Let's see if I can't get through this reading without the light getting too weird. Okay. Next card we have is the overall condition of everything. Seven of Swords. This is a battle. There are snakes in the grass. There is a hill in the back. It is night. There is no star in the sky. So you are creating your hopes and dreams. The stars in these other images, this one guiding star that you have in your vision, in the beginning, when all of this started for you, there's 2 stars. This is an achievement. This is a vision of accomplishment, okay? Which is very important to create that environment for you before you started out on this path. But this is like a dark night of the soul feeling type energy. There's no star in the sky. You, in order to have, the star is present in these other pictures, but in order to have that, you're creating that. You are creating something out of nothing. And because you are doing that, maybe not necessarily because you're doing that, but you are doing that. And essentially your overall environment, for you, this is a challenge. This is you defeating all odds. That is your energy. Your overall energy of this whole thing is, no matter what, I am going to get through this. You pick and choose your battles, but you know that in the end, against all odds, you will accomplish it. That is your energy. I'm getting this feeling of like, so there's 7 swords there, and there's like 5 against 2, and there's snakes in the grass, but I feel like you're a small little critter inside the plants, right? Trying not to get eaten by the dragonflies and the snakes. And you got to get over this hill and this mountain, and you're just doing it in the dark to not be seen because the amount of obstacles out there are unreal. Like you can't tell anybody what you're working on, kind of a feeling, because if one person knows, then either they're like there's just so many, it would bring up too many challenges for you. Like you've already got too many challenges. You don't want to say, hey, dragonflies, I'm over here, I'm a bug, come eat me, right? Like that. There's you know this, so you're working in a way, and this is why you are taking on all the responsibility. You don't have help, essentially, because it would bring even more challenges for you. So this energy, though, that this is instilling in you, what this is bringing up, is not defeat. It's not woe is me. It's not you see all these challenges and obstacles around you and these hard times, and you know that I've got to get through that, right? I've got 3 months. I have to push through and get through these barriers. But instead of it defeating you, the energy I'm getting from this, your overall energy is, I'm a freaking warrior. I am going to overcome all odds, no matter what anybody thinks, how anybody else views it. I'm not sharing my views with others because I'm doing this by myself. This is the energy I'm getting from you. I am going to do this. And in order to do this, I have to do it alone, which sometimes happens in life, right? There are always times where we can reach out to others, but there are some times where you've got to accomplish things. You just have to know that you knew you can do it, and so you choose to go it alone. And I feel like that is your energy, and you are just like this army of one out there, going to achieve your dreams no matter what. Okay. Let's look at your environment, the actual environment, because that's your energy. That is like freaking badass energy right there. That is very much, nothing is gonna stop me. I'm gonna make this happen, which is fabulous. But throughout it, we have the cups and the moon and the spring coming, getting through the winter, and the winter is making you even stronger. It's like these challenges that would probably end most people, are only making you stronger, and motivating you even more, right? You're like a phoenix, but this is winter time, so you're just defeating all the odds. All right, but let's look at your external. What is it really like around you? Because we know sometimes perception, you're going through a challenging time, it might just be a challenging obstacle. You may have bitten off more than most people can chew, but you can do it, and it might just be tough, right? Or do you really have obstacles around you that you are trying to avoid because they are really true obstacles that people don't want you to achieve your dreams, right? So this is what we're going to get from this card, is what is your true environment? Ten of Staves. This is truly an environment of seeing a hope or seeing a dream, dreaming a dream that most people would think that is just, there's no way, and wouldn't even try it, or they might start and give up, or they would just give in at 2 point because the weight is too heavy. okay? This is a huge dream, but you're like overcoming all odds. You are going to do this. You're like, this, this energy right now, it just came to me, was like, this is what my entire life has been about. I have been training my entire life to get through these 3 months, kind of an energy. But you're not alone. Look at that. I'm going to let that weird light on the frame because it just looks kind of cool with this card. Look at all of nature supporting you at this time, shining a light on you. You may be carrying all the weight. You chose to because the reward is great. You're not only going to be able to help yourself, but help others. It's going to be a beautiful thing for you. Your dreams are wonderful and you will persevere, but this energy around you, it is a lot. And there's the light. Okay, I have to fix that now. Sorry, I have to speed up this reading. We'll figure it out. I don't know why I can't seem to, oh, there we go. It wasn't moving forward. The cord was stuck. That should give us some more time. So the energy around you, it's not because others are against you. I mean, you might have some of that. Everybody does to a certain degree, maybe not intentionally. But look how green the foliage is in the ground there. All the trees have leaves on it. You're closer than you've ever been to that castle. And there's this opening between the trees, like you're almost there. You are almost there, but the environment around you, this being a 10 of Wands, you are carrying all the weight. You are carrying it. You chose to. You knew that was going to happen on this path, this dream that you are going for. And you bear it willingly. And it is making you stronger. But it is the reality of the situation is you have been carrying these wands for a very long time. And now it's winter. And for these 3 months, you've still got to keep carrying them to get to this springtime here, where you can put those wands down as you arrive at the castle, your hopes, your dreams, your everything you're going to accomplish. See that star in the sky, in the dark, right above the castle? And even still, you're arriving at nighttime. So I see this happening in the beginning of March then, because we're still looking at nighttime. It's like the dead of night in this deck. It's like you're doing it undercover and you are going to accomplish it. Maybe it's not undercover. Maybe it's a dark time for you. It's really hard. Yeah. But you knew it going into this. And this is just confirmation that yes, it's a challenge. But look at how much support you have from everything around you. Regardless of what things look like, you are in winter. But you know, there are things that bloom in winter. There is still life happening in winter. Everyone thinks of life in spring, but there are things that grow and thrive in winter. And you know this. You have the resources you need. And while the weight is heavy, and that's the environment, and that is your environment you're in, is that the weight is heavy. But this energy here is you're gonna keep going. This badass energy right here, this nothing's gonna stop me now. I am getting through this. It's gonna happen. I'm not gonna draw attention where it's not needed. I'm going to persevere through. I know how to use my resources. Like you know, and you know you're gonna get through it. Okay. Well, let's look at the hopes and fears though. So we know you're ambitious. We know the weight is heavy and you chose it, but you're going to get through it. And we can see that with all the other cards. It's a very positive message, really. It's just encouragement you're in the winter, and the winter, you have to go through it. There's no other choice. your hopes and fears. It's all hopes. It's by the time fall comes back around next year, because we're looking at like full moons as a 3-month season, and we're looking at these crescent moons as like a 3-month season, okay? Definitely a time frame going on here. Your hope is that while we're looking at this 3-month period, and you know that maybe 3 months from now, that's when things are going to really start lightening up, and you're going to be like, oh, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I can arrive at my hopes and dreams, and it's really going to happen. I've made it through that hard winter, and it's made me stronger. Your hope is this. It's joy, it's happiness, it's togetherness. It's finally being able to say, look, everybody, look what I did. I can share it with everybody now. It's bringing back in that cup energy that you started with, the 2 of Cups in the past. And in the past energy, your visions, your Queen of Cup. But you're currently in the action in the dead of winter, right? When it's hardest to make things happen, you are going to make it happen. When no one else can, you're going to do it. And your hopes here are that you make it through, and you can share it with others, and you can celebrate. Okay? Well, let's look at the final outcome. So I have to reach. It's like I had to move this camera really far forward. So interesting. Oh, I got it. I was looking at this card and I'm like, like, okay, how does this fit in to everything? It simply means you're going to come out on top, okay? And I'm going to show it to you. Oh my gosh, this light, you guys. Apparently, this window, this time of year, the angle of the sun, let me tell you. Anyways, King of Swords. And how do I know that this means you're going to come out on top? Because while you've been led by your heart this entire time, and you have the ambition and the willpower to see it through, you are staying grounded in your wisdom and your experience here from your entire life, knowing I have, like the way you are looking at this is that my life has been a training ground to get to this moment, okay? And now, at the end, the final outcome, you get to sit on your throne and you come out on top, because what is above his crown? It is the dragonfly. He has mastered the challenges. And why do the dragonflies represent the challenges? Because all these obstacles, this energy that you have to work through during the wintertime and overcome, that 7 of Swords, the dragonflies are the challenges, okay? But remember how I said you were like a bug in the ground? Maybe you're a baby dragonfly. Yeah. Okay? But not only did you overcome the 2 on the bottom, but the 5 on top as well. And you've mastered persevering through this energy and creating what you want to create and spreading your wings and getting past the snakes in the grass and the hills in the background and all of the challenges and the things that most wouldn't even dare try. They're like, I just want to be a little dragonfly here on the ground eating bugs. And you're like, no, this is who I'm meant to be. This is who I am. And I will get there. And you will master this energy, but it takes time, right? And it takes a lot of strength and skill and ability and heart. You're already the King of Cups. But through your development in your goals and your ambitions, you are going to become also this King of Swords and master everything that you're mastering yourself. because it's your thoughts, it's your mind, it's that landscape of the mind of what holds you back. What holds people back truly is themselves. It's not other people, it's not the situations, because you can always find a way through things. You can always make things into something more. There's always growth that can be had. The challenge, really, sorry, I'm trying to fix this light here. The challenge is to overcome your doubts, your fears, your anxieties. Can I really do this? Am I worthy of this? Right? You feel it in your heart. You know it in your heart. You've seen it in your vision for the future. You've committed to it. You know spring is coming. Okay? You know it's a burden to carry, but you carry it willingly. And you have the right attitude. I'm going to get through it no matter what. And because of that, all of this, you are going to come out on top. You are going to be okay. You are going to master the skills you're trying to master. You are going to master the challenges, the obstacles, the weight. Okay, because you have been carrying the weight this whole time. And while the weight is heavy, it's only making you stronger, and you know this, and you are going to persevere through. I love it. This is beautiful. All right, that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. I know that was a little bit of a long message. Yeah. I think we just ran out of space anyways for this light. So anyone who made it through, you know. All right, I'll leave you guys with that. Be blessed. I hope this message helped you in some way, and I will see you all next time.